So greetings from Pennsylvania once again, and it is time for another video in our Union Canal series. As you can tell by the title of the video, some of the stuff we're going to visit today is some of my favorite ruins to visit. I think are the most amazing ones here along the route of the canal. Of course, we're currently doing the branch canal that heads north from Union Waterworks. We worked our way on the mainline canal from Reading all the way to Lebanon, the eastern section, and we started working on the western section. We headed out from Lebanon, made our way to Union Waterworks, and from there I decided to do the branch canal that heads north from Union Waterworks up to Pine Grove, Pennsylvania. And we're working on that section right now. So here is a view of the Swatara Creek. I'm at the Lickdale trailhead, which is still within Swatara State Park. Here's the sign for the canoe launch. And at this point, the canal is actually on the other side of the creek. I think lock number 11 is just over there somewhere. We'll talk about that in a moment, about what today's plans are. So in a little bit, I'll throw up a map what the plan is for today. But let me talk first about what we're going to skip for now. Some sections. Of course, you could skip this part of the video too if you want to just get up to where we view some of the cool locks that are going to be in this video. But anyway, today is December 29th. It's in the middle of winter. Well, maybe not the middle of winter, but it's late December here. Alright, but in our last video we left off, I was kind of disappointed in the last video. We didn't get quite as far as I wanted to in that video. But in this section down this way, like I said, I'm just north of Lickdale. This is technically a part of Swatara State Park, the Lickdale Trailhead. Actually, there's a map right here. Let me show you in a moment where we're at. But Lock 11 is right across from here. Lock 12 is just downstream, and as well as locks 13 and 14. I planned to kayak this section to try and get to those locks. I still plan on doing that. The creek is pretty nice here, but I don't know, kayaking in the winter is maybe not the best idea. You can do it, but I think it'll be just safer and better for me to kayak this section later in the spring. So we will come back to this section at a later date in the spring. It's just better to do some kayaking. Here's a map of the park. So we are right down here. Here's Lickdale. We're right here at the Lickdale trailhead. This is still part of the park. And the canal is currently running on this side. And up in here is where some really awesome remains of some locks are up in that park. Lock number 10 is actually right in here somewhere. We'll talk about that in a moment too. So that's where we're at. Yeah, lock 11 I think is over here. 12 is down here somewhere, and 13 or 14 are down here somewhere. So the plan was to kayak down this section of the creek and visit those spots. So we're skipping this section for now, but like I said, we will come back to it. We're probably going to face that problem too when we continue on the western part of the mainline canal. Probably a lot of those I'm going to try to reach by kayak too, so we'll see what happens. I'd prefer, like I said, not to kayak in the wintertime. Alright, but then lock number 10, you can see that one on the satellite images, but that one's on private property, but I'm going to work on getting permission for that one. It looks like it's right behind someone's farmhouse. So I think one of these weekends I'm just going to, I think instead of usually I write letters to the homeowners, but I think in this case I'm just going to see if anybody's home. Drive in on a weekend, see if anybody's home. Past couple weekends have been kind of busy for me, and having holiday weekends too. So I do plan on getting to lock 10 at some point too, hopefully. I mean, if I don't get permission, then I don't get permission. That's the way it is. But anyway, I'm going to quit blabbing for now. I'm going to toss up the map, show you what the plan is, and shortly we'll get on with it. So now that you've seen the map, you can kind of see what we've got going on today. We're kind of going to be following what's called Old State Road. We're going to stop at a few locations to see if there's any remnants of the canal there. Then we'll be driving. Then Old State Road literally follows the canal, heading towards Swatara State Park to the one parking area. And then, like I said, canals, locks 9 through 6 are right in that one section right there. We'll explain why there's 4 locks so close together. It's kind of an interesting spot. And there's actually, lock number 6 is amazing. It's the biggest, deepest lock, I think, on the whole Union Canal network of canals and locks. So, like I said, let's quit blabbing and let's get on with this video. Alright, so here's our first location. Here's a bridge over the Swatara Creek. What is this? Monroe Valley Road, I believe this is called. Double check, but hey, look right over here. Pretty sure that's the canal right there. The towpath trail. Looks like there's a water line right here too. Not sure. This almost looks like a well-established trail right here. Yeah, but that's the canal right here. Alright, I'm not sure what the status of this land is here, but that's definitely the canal right over there at the side. We're just up from where we were earlier, the Lickdale trailhead area. So yeah, it looks like the water company used the towpath trail. There's probably a water line buried under here because I see another one of those blue things up there. All right, interesting. So they definitely keep this cleared for that reason. But I'm not sure what the status of this land is. I don't see any posted signs here. It looks like people walk along here too quite a bit. Also looks like people dump trash down from the side there too. They have quite a bit of trash. Glass and all kinds of stuff. Same with over there. Maybe we'll walk down just a little bit. But yeah. And there's even some water in this section of it. Alright. Once again, this is a really good example of how the canal system, you have the creek on one side, or the water source, the towpath, and then the canal. These canals always followed, their water source roughly. Sometimes they're right next to it, like this one is, or sometimes a little bit further away. Once again, you can see how much they had to do a lot of work to dig through this. This hillside probably one time came much closer. They had to blast all the way through that and dig through it by hand and stuff like that. A lot of work went into making these canals. Alright, I'm not going to walk up much further. Like I said, we'll stop here. Just up the ways a bit here. Yes, I wasn't actually planning on stopping at this section right here. I was planning on driving by here, but I didn't know if there'd be a place to park, if there'd be anything here. So I learned something myself today. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure of the status of this location, property-wise, but cool. Yes, I think we'll end here. Canal definitely continues onwards over there. But we have no way to cross the creek, this little tributary anyway. Alright, well, let's head back. Make our way to the next location. Which we're making our way towards what I'm calling the most amazing ruins along the whole route to the Union Canal. We're on the branch canal, not on the main line, but it's still part of the Union Canal system. Actually, come to think of it, now I remember why I wasn't going to stop here. This section is between locks 11 and 10. I was going to film this section later when I did lock number 10. But you know what? I'm here. I filmed it, so we'll just keep it in. Yeah, so lock number 10 is actually up that way, but like I said, I'm going to try and get to that in a later video. So now I remembered why I wasn't actually going to stop here today. But oh well. We filmed it, so we'll include it in this video. Alright, so now we are on Old State Road. If you look up ahead at the mountain, that is the Swatara Gap. That's what the Swatara Creek flows through, and the Union Canal, the branch canal, actually has to go through that gap. And that's why there are so many locks located at one spot here, up in the gap, because there's quite a bit of an elevation change. And that's what those canal locks are for, is to raise the elevation. And somewhere down here is lock 10. I almost feel like stopping in today to see if they're home, but I think I'm gonna wait till weekend. Although I think it's this lane right here, but anyway. Yeah, I think I'll just wait. It's still, what is today? It's like a Thursday morning yet. Yeah, I believe that's the house down there. Anyway, so we're gonna continue on up this way. So just down in that wood line right there is where the canal runs. Kind of at the edge of that pasture down there. It's kind of cool looking through the gap up there. And then just up ahead here is a place that we'll pull over. Further up this road is where they replaced the one bridge. There's an old iron bridge up here that they replaced. The new concrete one, but they moved that old iron bridge down here along the road somewhere, I believe. So I think we'll come to that first. It's a little public area you can park. Yeah, I think it's right up here. And we'll see if there's any remains of the canal. Yeah, right here it is. All right. Over there is the old iron bridge that they replaced. It's not currently over any kind of body of water. They just kind of preserved it. But look, right down here is the canal. Because I have some information about the bridge. I might film that at a later date. But we're here for the canal, so let's find a way down there. All right, we made it down. Here is the canal. Of course, right over there is the creek. There's the old bridge that they relocated here. So let's just go walk down a little bit here. I think I keep it cleared. Of course, you can tell it's been filled in. There's no like canal bed here anymore. But that could just be from flooding, you know, from the creek and stuff, filling it in. And this would be the towpath trail right here. Alright, so way up there I see some more of those blue pipes sticking out of the ground. So that, I think the water company has their water line going through here too, which is probably why you don't see it like the canal bed. It's probably filled in. They buried a water pipeline right in the canal, it looks like. That's also why it's kept cleared. They keep it cleared here. Alright, but I don't know, I think I'm not going to walk all the way up. Not sure what the property status beyond this point is. It looks like the little park area ends right here. So, but you can see it keeps on going. But we're gonna keep driving up Old State Road. I think there might be one or two other places we'll stop before we get to the actual park where the really cool stuff is. I think oh yeah, the new bridge is up this way. I want to stop there. I think the rail trail comes down that way too. So we'll see if there's anything left of the canal. So let's continue down Old State Road. Of course, once again, our canal is down on our left. Kind of down to the bottom of this hillside here. And we're gonna head up to where the new bridge is that replaced that old iron bridge that we saw just previously. Actually, it's just right up here. See if we can find a place to pull over up here. Let's see if we can see any remains of the canal here. So here is the new concrete bridge. Let's walk down here, see if we can see any remains of the canal down here. We're looking off that way. We'll check the other side too. That's Route 72 over there. And of course, this is the Swatara Creek again. Yeah, so this is all rather horribly overgrown with thorns and stuff in here, but I believe this is our canal right here. Once again, right next to the creek, there'd be the towpath, I believe. But I'm not gonna try and bust my way through this stuff. I believe that's our canal right there. So let's head to the other side, see if we can get a view of it over there. So we'll head across the road here. Yeah, there's a sign for it, the Inwood Iron Trust. That's where we were. All right, what have we got over here? You know, that looks very canal-ish right through there. We even have some water going up through that way. So this is our canal. I should mention too that the Swatara Rail Trail comes up on that side of the creek too. Actually, I think it kind of ends right up here. Anyway, but yeah, that's definitely our canal right there. And this is Old State Road, so we're going to drive about a half mile down that way, following this old canal. Right, so we'll leave the new bridge behind, head down this old road. Of course, once again, right there's our canal on the side here. You can see some of the water in it down there. This takes us to Sotara State Park, or one of the parking areas for it. Following the canal on our left. And up here is where the super cool ruins are. And once again, you can see the canal down in there, the water that's in it. I think as the farther up we go, it kind of disappears a little bit. It gets harder to see. This section here is pretty obvious down in there. Yeah, and up here we go under Interstate 81. I always thought this was cool, even as a kid driving under here. Or 72 goes under, just off their left, goes under it too. It's huge, like, bridge. This is also the Appalachian Trail right here too. You can see one of the white blazes on the tree there. All right, I just thought I'd quick it out, show you a little bit more, because up there's the Interstate 81 bridge we just drove under, and here you can see the old canal, and we're just down from the parking area, which is right up there. So yeah. Here's the old canal bed. Right there's the towpath trail. Cool. Alright, let's get up to the parking area. So we were just down that way. We came up Old State Road. There's the old bridge. This is the Appalachian Trail right here. It takes that old bridge across. But as we pan around, boom, we got lock number 9. Almost in perfect condition down here. We'll take a closer look in a moment, because you can see the canal coming right through here. Of course, when they built this little area here, they kind of destroyed this part of the canal, but it is what it is. Yeah, so locks 9, 8, 7, and 6 are up there, all right in a row. Well, let's quick take a look at the map here. Yeah, it's a bit busy. Interstate 81's right up there. Yeah, so we started the video down here, and then right here is Monroe Valley Road. We stopped here, hiked down here just a little bit. Lock number 10 is up here, so like I said, we'll get to that later. Here's the new bridge, because we stopped somewhere around here to look at the old bridge, but there's the new bridge, and now we're right here. And right in this area, Sotara State Park, is where these old locks are. So let's get a closer look at lock 9, because this one's still got water in it. As you can see, almost all the stone work is still here, at least on this end. Make our way down here. Yeah. Beautiful condition. And you can see how the canal would go on right up through that way. And once again, there's a Swatara Creek, which will be our ever-present friend till the end. This end is a little busted up. And then lock 8 is just up ahead. Because here the canal, you can see it is literally right next to the creek here. In fact, the towpath trail has been completely obliterated. There's kind of a bend in the creek. The current comes up here and kind of washes the bank away here over time. You'll see more evidence of that up here. So we'll turn around and take one last look at lock 9. Back that way. Alright, then we'll head up this way. There's like a little trail here. And lock 8 is dead ahead. So that's looking back towards lock number 9. You gotta cross this little gully here. It's a little easier to cross it up there. Then as we turn around, we'll see lock number 8, or what's left of it, right up here. And this is the canal bed, and like the towpath trail is gone at this point, completely washed away. And even part of the lock here is gone. So right here's the one end, because all that nice dressed stone has been taken away from this one. The other end would be right here, but it's collapsed and a lot of it probably fell down into the creek due to erosion and stuff. But this is lock 8 right here. This gives you a good idea. If you take away that nice outer stonework, this is what the inner stonework looks like. A lot of thorns in this one. I think we might actually go walk around the top of this one instead of, well, we'll see. How bad is it up here? Maybe we'll make our way through. Yeah, and here the other wall picks up again, whereas like I said, this part kind of collapsed into the creek. Well, I opted for the non-thorny route. So once again, right down there's lock 8, that's where we were just trying to walk through there. There's no thorns up here. And then just up ahead is lock number 7. Like I said, there are 4 locks right in a row here. We'll talk more about that in a bit. I think I mentioned a little bit why already. Yeah, so lock 8. We'll turn around and take a look at it again here. There's lock 8. And that leads right up to lock number 7 up here. And lock number 7 as well is missing its outer stonework, that nice dressed stone. But you can see what the inner stonework looks like. And we'll walk through this one. They have this one cleared out pretty well. As I mentioned in other videos, you know, when the canal was abandoned, or this section was abandoned way back in 1862, that nice cut and dressed stonework was used for other places. It was very nice stonework. So they would take it and use it elsewhere. Sometimes it's called, you know, robbing it out. Actually, I think there's one left up here. One lone piece of nice stonework. They didn't take that one. You can see how it's, I guess maybe it's really, that one was really embedded in there. Just left that one there. Yeah. You know, they're crumbling bit by bit though. Of course, as we go through each lock, we keep gaining in elevation as we go through the gap here in the mountain. And as we come up through the top, we'll see the star feature of today's video, which is lock number 6, just straight ahead. So remember, as I said earlier, these locks were used to raise the elevation of the canal for the canal boat, so they could travel, you know, flat, and then the locks would raise the water level as the terrain gained elevation. And since we're going through a gap in the mountains, even though it's a gap, there's still quite a bit of elevation change, which may not be as noticeable if you're walking or on horseback, but if you're trying to keep a flat surface for boats, it's quite a change. So that's why there's 4 locks right in a row. The elevation change was that great. And just beyond lock number 6, like this is the biggest and deepest one that I've seen
I think that exists on the canal route. There was a lake on the other side of lock number 6, or a dam, I should say. We'll talk more about that dam in a moment, because that dam is the reason that this section of the canal shut down in 1862. And also, there was a guy that had to work all the lock doors on these locks, and his house was located just down the way here. We'll stop there. There's nothing left. Maybe a little bit of foundation work. All right, let's check out lock number 6. So hopefully that gave you some scale for how big or how tall this lock is. And it's even taller on the other end. But look, we have our nice dressed stonework still here, at least on the ends. Beautiful stonework. But then here in the middle, a lot of it's gone. See, a lot of it might actually be, you know, like this all collapsed in right here. You can see even some of the rough stonework. So some of that nice stonework might still be buried underneath all this, I'm not sure. Or maybe it was taken away and used elsewhere. You can see on that end it still remains as well, which I'm thankful for. I love this one. That section over there is probably like 30 feet tall. Once again, I'll put the camera down up there and give you another perspective shot, I guess you can call it. It'd be nice if they could reinforce these walls in some way too, but I don't know. Because then on the other side of here was the big dam, they called it. So this would open up into a huge like reservoir. Wow, those are tall. Actually, let me try and find a spot in here to set you down. Let's walk up there together. Like I said, I was here a few weeks ago with some friends. But wow, it's amazing. And all the stonework on this end is still here. Right here is where the doors were. These have been huge. You can still see some of the iron pins sticking out. These have been huge, massive wooden doors that will let the water in and out through here. Take a look back through lock number 6. I will turn you back around. Once again, that is, it's like, oh, maybe not 30. I said 30, maybe 20 feet tall. I think 30 was a little bit high. Then on this end, there's no canal bed on this end, because this opened up into a lake, a dam area. Looks like they've been doing a lot of work out here. Cutting some trees and stuff. So let's make our way to the top here, I believe. Alright, here we are up top. I'm not gonna get too close. I really like looking over the edge, but it drops down in there. And you can look back that way. We came all the way up through there. Alright. And then you can see where the lock number 6 opens up into this just vast area back here. Like I said, this was a big dam. This is all underwater back through here. You know, the water probably went right up along here. And over here is the dam. It was a big earthen dam. Down there's a Swatara Creek. We'll walk out that way a little bit. So wash went all the way out there across the creek. So all of this was underwater. It was called the Big Dam. Went back way far. That dam was used as a water source for the canal. Having all this water dammed up ensured that the branch canal, or as it was sometimes called, the feeder canal, because it would feed water actually to the main line canal too. Because we were talking about it earlier, how some parts of the main line canal had trouble with keeping water in them due to drainage issues and stuff like that. So the water from this dam helped to feed even the main canal. But in 1862, there was a flood, a ton of rain, and the big dam here failed. It was just a big earthen dam. It overflowed, and that was disastrous. All that water went downstream, pretty much destroyed the canal, and killed a number of people, even down in Lickdale and stuff like that. I might do a video just on that in the future here. Maybe that'll be the next video, we'll see. Let's check out a little bit more of this dam here. There's lock number 6 once again. We're walking along the dam here. You can see how we're raised up above from there and on this side. So we're kind of up on this huge, earthen dam. Okay, go through some thorns, and then it just kind of ends up here. You can see it kind of goes down a little bit. It's still a raised area going down, but this all washed out. Let's go, we'll head on down there, I guess. Yes, this all burst. The water would have come rushing over the top, just washed the top of the earthen dam away. With quite a bit of force. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing left on the other side, though, of the dam. Wow. Yeah, so once again out here was where the big dam was, the big lake. And in future videos, we'll make our way up through. This is all Satara State Park going for quite a while. Lock 5 is up there a ways. I've shown that years ago. Locks 4 and 3 are also in the park. I think we visited those last winter. We were just rambling around a little bit. Well, we got quite a bit of ground to cover here in the park to follow the remains of the canal. And thankfully the park is public land, so we can explore as much as we want. I don't have to worry about private property or things like that. We can just try and follow the remains of the canal as best as possible. I've done that over the years a little bit, but I've definitely not done all of it. We'll see what we can discover in future videos. But we're gonna make our way back along the locks here, and I'll show you where the caretaker or the lock tender's house was, or where it used to be. And once again, here's lock 10, looking back down into the deep part there. There's a nice little path to walk along here. So here we are on the trail, just above lock number 8, right down there. And right up here is where the lock tender's house was. There's 2 of these spruce trees, which are not native, they're Norway spruce. And there's also a horse chestnut tree. That tree right there, also not a native species. That's an indication that there was a house up here. There's also this one name for it is, periwinkle. It grows here. Has those lavender flowers in the summer. It gets called different names. But up here was his house. There's really nothing left. I know I did explore up here a little bit in the past. I felt like there's some foundations up here yet. Maybe I should think over in here. You can see like the basement, the cellar hole where the house was. It's pretty overgrown. I'm not gonna explore there today though. I do see some concrete back there, some stonework. All right, yeah, so this is where he lived. And he was the dude that would operate the doors on the locks, let the boats in and out. did quite a job in this
So
section.
that'll be it then for this section, folks. Like I said, in the future we'll get back to Lock 10, hopefully soon. And in the spring, I guess we'll get back to that kayak section that I'm gonna do. But in the meantime, we'll continue heading north here on the Branch Canal through Swatara State Park, seeing what all we can find. Like I said, we can explore to our heart's content through there. Just take our time and see what all there is to see back through there. All right, as always, folks, thanks for watching. This is an amazing place to come and visit. You want to see some history? All right, I'll see you on the next one.